4 or 5 bars, so we should be good. All right, so I tried to make 2 previous live videos. I don't know what the hell happened, so I'm getting on here again. 3rd time's a charm, and we're going to see how this works out. Right now, what I was talking about earlier was things that you don't want to do. Let's just make this video simple. But there's things that you don't want to do if you really want a woman to open up to you fully and completely sexually. There's things that you do not want to do if you want a woman to open up to you fully and sexually, okay? Now, the first thing that you don't want to do, this is very important. Make sure you take notes. The first thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to run your mouth. You don't want to run your mouth. And what I mean by not running your mouth, I'm not saying be a conversation starter. I'm not saying don't spark up a good conversation, whatever. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying talk about your favorite things. What I'm saying is when you run your mouth too much, that is basically you telling everyone your business, someone else's business, her business, everybody's business, right? That is what I mean when I say don't run your mouth. And the reason why you don't want to run your mouth is because the moment you start running your mouth and she sees that, she's already taking note that, hey, this guy runs his mouth too much. If I do anything with him, guess what? Her business is going to be out on the street. And you don't know if she really likes you and she really wants to do things with you, that it may be the best experience you ever had, because you don't know. You don't know. But because you ran your mouth, you'll never know, right? And the other thing is, she may not want people to know about her personal life. She may not want people to know about what she does sexually. And that's the thing where you guys mess up. Some of you guys, you talk about everything a woman does to you. You sometimes you use the pictures, you put her name on there. You do all these things, and you're not realizing that some women don't want to be put out like that. They don't want their personal shit out there like that at all, their business. Because some women, you don't know what career they have. Some women, you don't know who she knows, who she works with, her family members. A lot of women want to do certain things with you, but when you run your mouth, she no longer wants to do those. It dries her up. She's no longer wet. She no longer wants to be with you or do things with you because you run your mouth. And the thing that I will say is that when you run your mouth, right? When you run your mouth and you tell people's business, that is not masculine at all. That is not masculine at all. And if you're doing those things that are not masculine, guess what? She perceives you as feminine. So how can she be attracted to you when the things that you are talking about that are other people's business, how can you be perceived as someone masculine that she can actually trust when all you do is run your mouth, right? Now, the other thing that you do that you should not do if you want a woman to open up to you fully and sexually, the other thing that you don't want to do, I want you to guess what it is. It is do not do this. Do not talk about your past sexual experiences with any other woman that you had before the chick you're with now. Don't do that. Especially don't talk about her in a bad, negative sense, or the women that you were with in a bad, negative sense. Because one, now it's like, okay, this guy is going to really tell my business to another woman, but now he's going to make me look bad. He is going to make me look bad. And women don't want to look bad, especially when it comes to sex. Now, one thing I forgot to mention earlier that it just came to mind is that I want you to understand this. A lot of men don't get this, but women enjoy sex. Women enjoy sex sometimes more than men, but you're not supposed to understand that because society and some other things I'm not going to get into this video. But one thing I want you to keep in mind and understand is that, isn't it odd that women enjoy things that are sweet, treats, candy, desserts, things like that, right? Isn't it odd that women enjoy purses, that they enjoy beautiful things in life, that they enjoy making decisions based on emotions and not necessarily logic? So what does that mean? What that means is women love pleasure and they chase pleasure. Now, pleasure itself, when it comes to sex, guess what? Sex can be very pleasurable for a woman. So don't you think that if she enjoys the sweets, the purses, the nice things, the great things in life that bring pleasure, you don't think that she enjoys sex? Now, the point I'm trying to make is, when you're running your mouth and you're telling people's business, but when you're also bringing up past experiences with women that you had before her, and you put it in a negative light, guess what? How can she want to do anything sexual with you when that's what you're doing? When you're running your mouth, you're telling business, you're doing all these negative things. How do you think? How can she want to feel comfortable, be comfortable, opening up to you completely and fully? That's a red flag. If a woman is not open up to you completely and fully when it comes to her sexuality and having sex with you, if she's interested in you, obviously, but if she's not opening up to you, that's not normal. That's not normal for a woman not want to open up to you sexually and do things with you that pleases her as well. Because like I said earlier, sex is not just for us men, sex is for women. If you go to a sex store, right? Think about all the toys that are there. Go online, think about all the toys and all the nasty erotic things that are there for women. Why do you think that is? Because one, I will say this, one, a lot of men don't know how to sexually please a woman, but two, women enjoy sex more than men. I'm just being honest with you. So with that knowledge, you should know that, hey, don't run your mouth, because if you run your mouth, she's going to feel that you're going to tell her business, and she doesn't want anybody to know her business. The second thing is you bringing up and talking about past sexual experiences with women and putting them in a negative light. Give me a thumbs up if you get what I'm trying to say. If you understand what I'm saying, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. But those are the things. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about that you don't want to do when it comes to making a woman open up fully and completely when it comes to her being sexual is, I want you to think about it. What do you think it is? If you don't want to run your mouth, right? That's one of them. And the second thing is you don't want to talk about your past experiences with other women, especially in a bad light, right? What do you think that third thing is that you don't want to do? I want you to really think about that before I say it, because I need you to really think about that. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. Let me take that back. You want to make sure that she feels sexually safe. But see, when you run your mouth, when you talk about past sexual experiences with other women, guess what? How can she feel sexually safe? She cannot feel sexually safe if you are doing those things. And if you're making her feel unsafe with you, she will never open up with you sexually or anything else. It's impossible. I want you to keep that in mind. I want you to think about that and understand that. If this is you and you run your mouth and you talk about like, oh yeah, I was doing this chick, that chick, or hey, that one chick, Sabrina, or that one chick, this and that. Stop talking. Stop saying shit like that. Stop taking pictures of chicks and putting them on your social media. Stop doing all of that, because a woman A woman should know that you have women are attracted to you, women want you, but she shouldn't know who these women are, if that makes sense. You got to understand that. And the other thing is, if you are talking bad about your past sexual experiences with other women, stop that shit too. Don't talk about past experiences, what you did with this chick, that chick, or what you don't like, or oh, this chick, she smelled or she did this and that. Cut all that shit out. Don't even talk about that. You need to make sure that the woman feels that she's the only most important woman in the world when it comes to her opening up to you and being sexually satisfied and sexually safe. You want to make sure she feels that way, because when she feels that way, things change, and they change for the better. But you got to understand, don't run your mouth, number one. And number two, don't talk about your past sexual experiences, whether good or bad. But when you do that, it'll make a lot of sense, and you'll get the results you want, and the woman will open up to you fully and completely when it comes to her being sexual with you. All right. But other than that, got some comments. How you doing? Doing pretty good. Just making some content for you guys tonight. Appreciate the like. Other than that, this has been another live video. Make sure you guys subscribe. If you haven't, give it a thumbs up. And type in the comments, what do you think? What do you think about this? This is something I wanted to share with you. Go ahead. Have a good one.